Here we are back at it, Christopher.
We are back.
This
back
is
in the house. The Snarf Talk
house.
The Snarf Talk. Snarf Talk.
Snarf Talk house.
Hey there, cool cats. We're broadcasting live from the brand new Snarf Talk studios
In Mazan, Illinois.
Yeah, we have our fancy new studio here. We've been talking about it.
This is coming together here, Chris.
It's coming together. We got a beautiful,
I tell you,
60 to 150-year-old oak table.
Table.
Oaken table. It looks like the kind of table that would be sat at by like hobbits at like at a tavern.
Really, it would. Yeah, some sort of, hobbitish person, golem.
A fantasy realm.
Yeah.
It looks like a fantasy table.
Trolls of sort.
That's why I bought it.
Axe wielding, gnomes.
Looks like it would have been constructed by Ben Franklin.
Yeah, they probably signed
and utilized by elves.
No, I'm positive some sort of important document that either freed someone or enslaved someone has been signed on this table.
Because those are the only documents.
That's it.
Back
That's
then.
all you can. Yeah, that's all you can do.
So it's exciting.
I really enjoy it.
We are also on the heels of Fantabulous C2E2 journey.
Yeah, what a wonderful time. We will have a full review of that coming in the future, probably along with our Snarf Madness talk.
Next episode. I think next episode will kick off Snarf Madness.
Yeah, it really will.
So this is final call.
Make sure you get them in, guys. Snarf Madness has been out for 3 weeks now. About
T-minus 1 week to get your brackets in, and then it's locked. You can't get in late.
Again, I want to reiterate how easy it is for you to get your phone, and as long as you can print out the bracket, fill it out, you can download any sort of scanning app. So there's TurboScan, UltraScan, Microsoft Lens. There's probably other things called Scan as an app that you could get for free. All three of those that I just mentioned
Son of Scan.
Yeah, there are Son of Scan, yes. That I just mentioned. You could get those. And then all you have to do is basically take a picture of your bracket. It will turn it into a PDF for you, get it to your email, and then send it to info@snarfcomics.com.
Yeah. Where do you get the bracket?
And then we will have it. You can go to snarfcomics.com/madness.
That's right. Or go to snarfcomics.com and click Snarf Madness link at the top of the page.
And then there is a little button in the middle that says, I think it says get your bracket or Snarf Talk bracket.
It's super exciting. What are we doing this year, Jerry?
It's all comic book characters. So there's every comic book character under the sun. Every single one that has ever been created in the human world.
Yeah,
that's not true. But there's quite a few. There's a lot on there, and it's challenging. Let me tell you,
it is rough. It's tough.
Even if you don't have to know every comic book character, right? You don't have to know basically any of them. What you needed to know or think or guess, whatever you want to do, is what Chris is going to pick or what Jerry's going to pick.
Like, you don't have to know. Give me an obscure comic book character. You don't have to know who
comic book
Ego
character.
the Living Planet is.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't even really have to know. I have Moon Knight stuck in my head. A lot of people don't know Moon Knight. And you don't have to know them, but I guarantee
to know who Calendar Man is.
No, you don't.
Or the Condiment King.
The Condiment King is one of my favorite villains of Batman's. He's a DC villain. Now you guys know. See? Yeah. That's why you got to listen to the podcast. You'll find these things out. Also, listening to the podcast would really tell you about who we're going to choose because
that's
we talk
the most
about a lot
about
these
Snarf
things.
Comics is we're going to discuss why we made our choices. As we mentioned, when you fill out the bracket, keep in mind your goal is to match Jerry or I's bracket, not to make your picks. You have to be striving to win something in a bracket, just like you're trying to pick the winners of the NCAA March Madness. In this, you're trying to match me or Jerry's bracket. There will be 2 winners, and each winner will receive up to $200 in cash and prizes, plus a trophy. It's awesome. It's going to be a great time.
This year's big time compared to the first year we did it. This is the second annual Snarf Madness challenge, and I'm really excited for it. So get them in so that we can continue to do this. It's fun.
Yeah. So yeah, this week we're just kind of we're waiting to do our C2E2 review and waiting to start Snarf Madness. So we're just kind of doing
It's a bit of a holding pattern, I would call it.
We're gonna shoot the shit. We're gonna talk about some different interesting articles that we've been reading,
and we've got a new caricature that was drawn of us, and some new little logo stuff that we've had made from an artist. We've been talking about him the last few weeks. Eric Macias. He drew some stuff for us. He was at C2E2 at the Sketched booth and did an awesome job. But we're going to show you guys those here pretty soon. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
We're also going to talk about top 10 date movies.
Top 10 date movies.
But these aren't our choices. So it's not a true top 10.
No, this isn't like our top 10 where we're picking
That's what we
movies.
should do next week. We'll do our top 10.
Okay.
But for this one, we're reading somebody else's top 10.
This is just an article we found. But it's it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Netflix movies?
No, just date movie. Oh. Yeah. Movies on Netflix.
Right. That you could bring a date home and say,
chill. And Netflix and chill.
Hey, let's chill out on this couch. I got some popcorn.
10 good movies on Netflix to watch on date
And we're going to
night.
watch 10 Things I Hate About You.
Might be in the list.
I love it.
We'll find out.
It's a very good movie. Heath Ledger.
Before we get to that, I found some interesting articles that I thought were worth exploring a little bit.
I think they are.
Since it is 2020, and it is the beginning of 2020, we've already both missed one comic book movie.
What?
Birds
of Prey.
Neither of us has seen Birds of Prey yet.
Yeah.
But I hope to see it soon.
Honestly, yeah, I was not intrigued by this movie one bit.
I definitely want to see it now. The critics are in love with it.
Oh my gosh, and the scores are pretty good.
And a lot of fans are liking it too. So this is all 8 2020 comic book movies ranked by anticipation according to BamSmackPow.com. Bam Smack Pow.
Bam, smack, pow.
Number 8, March 13th, coming out pretty soon. Vin Diesel-led action flick called Bloodshot.
Here's the
We've
deal.
talked about this one before.
Yeah, here's the deal. Okay, I just recently, I wouldn't call it a trailer. It was more of a teaser for it,
Yep.
and it didn't intrigue me. I'm not a huge fan of Vin Diesel, if you can believe that.
Really? I love Vin Diesel.
I'm not.
He is Groot.
He's a great Groot. He is a really good Groot, and he's a phenomenal Iron Giant.
You didn't like the Chronicles of Riddick?
I never watched a single one of them.
Are you joking me? Those are like some of my favorite movies, man.
Well,
Pitch Black?
That makes sense.
Did you ever see Pitch Black?
Because you have terrible taste. I didn't ever see Pitch Black either.
I don't
I have this weird thing against Vin Diesel. I don't know what it is.
I can't speak to you right now.
My whole, just don't care for Vin Diesel. It's because of Fast and Furious. 100%.
Which one? Too Fast, Too Furious?
No, I think the very first Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious 2?
Nope.
Fast and Furious 3?
I think the Fast and Furious franchise.
Fast and Furious 4?
Yeah. All of them.
Was it
It was
Fast
Tokyo
5?
Drift. He wasn't even in that one.
Fast and Furious 6?
Yeah. I think.
Was that Fast 7?
No, it wasn't 7. It was 8 and 9.
Okay. I never watched any of those movies other than the first one.
Yeah.
So I don't really care. I
don't
did
know.
see Tokyo Drift. It's probably the best one.
I don't.
It's the best one of the bunch. Jeremy Lin.
Maybe it is. Jeremy Lin. Oh yeah, he directed it, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
I was thinking of the basketball
I think
player.
he's doing a Star Wars movie, right?
Isn't that the basketball player?
Yeah, that's
Jeremy Lin.
Jeremy Lin, director. It's not Jeremy,
No,
right? Justin Lin.
Jeremy Lin is the basketball
It's
player.
Justin Lin. I told you that.
Jeremy Lin is a basketball player.
He
though, I
did
think
Star
it's
Trek Beyond. Never saw that.
Anyway, I just have this thing against
Lin Sanity.
Yes, I have this thing against Vin Diesel.
Well, you need to watch Pitch Black and then all the Riddick movies because they're great.
Is he good? Is he a good actor in those movies? Is it poor quality?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know.
He is.
All right.
He is Groot. Bloodshot. Number 7. I mean, it's number 8 out of 8. So
Yeah.
number 7 to be released April 3rd is a little movie called The New Mutants.
New Mutants coming out. I didn't think they were ever going to release this thing.
Yeah, so obviously it's had some problems. However,
it's been made for like 4 years.
Recently, it got caught up in that weird Fox-Disney merger. But recently,
and it wasn't good, is what they said.
Well, they did say that. But recently, one of the writers and somebody that I tend to believe came out and said, no, I'm talking to one of the comic book writers now.
Oh, okay.
And I can't remember who it was, but it's somebody reputable. Came out and said, this movie's fucking awesome.
You know, for some reason, those are the people I trust. And I don't know
this
why.
Guy came out and said, this movie is amazing.
Who was it? Are you trying to hold his name or back?
No, I just can't remember.
Was it Jonathan Hickman?
No, it wasn't.
Because he did the whole New Mutants thing, or House of X, I mean.
Yeah, it wasn't him. It was somebody that wrote New Mutants.
Did you know Jonathan Hickman was at C2E2 last week? And we saw him?
Oh, did we? Yeah. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah. He was great.
Been recording before we went.
No, we're not. He was great. Really generous. Said he was going to be on the show.
Yeah, that's something to look forward to.
Anyway.
Number 6, releasing July 31st, Morbius.
I want to see that big time.
Jared
Leto is a national treasure.
I love the Spider-Man franchise. I like the character of Morbius. I'm just not a huge Jared Leto fan. So we'll see how it goes.
What is
the
your
movie
problem?
Looks cool, though. The trailer looks cool.
I think it looks really neat. I think this is about the only thing Jared Leto can play is something dead.
Yeah. And Venom was at least interesting. I'll say that much about it. You still haven't seen it because you're a terrible comic book person.
Yep.
I'm probably more interested to see Morbius.
Then you are Venom 2?
No, I want to see Venom 2. I want to see where they're going to go with this Venom stuff. Because Venom 1 is so different.
What do you mean you're more interested to see Morbius than what?
I'm more interested to see Morbius than I was the first Venom.
Oh, I gotcha. I agree with that.
And I don't know why, because I like Venom as a character much more. I've always loved Venom as a character. I've always liked Morbius too, but I never really thought it anything that I would need. I think I like anti-heroes, and they're both Venom, Morbius, they're all anti-heroes.
Yeah, I had no stake whatsoever in Morbius at all. I've never been a huge Spider-Man. I shouldn't say I haven't been a huge Spider-Man fan. I haven't been a huge Spider-Man reader.
Yeah.
So I'm not as familiar with the villains. Morbius was one of them I'm not as familiar with. But like digging in a little bit to him and seeing like what he's about because of this movie, I'm intrigued.
I just hope Jared Leto doesn't fucking suck again.
Again, I always say it because I 100% think this way. Do not believe everything you see in a trailer because they fool you and they do it on purpose. But in this trailer, they show his face after he's changed, and it looked pretty damn good to me.
He needs to make another movie that's good after Dallas Buyers Club, because that's really the only thing I've seen him in that I thought he was good in.
Yeah, every single time we talk about Jared Leto, the only movie we have ever talked about is either Suicide Squad or Dallas Buyers Club. Because every time you always say, "What else is he in?" And I say Fight Club and Dallas Buyers Club. Those are the only two movies.
Like not really in though,
but he's in it. It's like his first movie credit. He has a speaking role.
He's got a band. He's in a band.
Yeah, what is it? 30 Seconds to Mars?
Something stupid.
30 Seconds to Mars. I think it's going to go down as, close to Led Zeppelin quality music.
Number 5, releasing October 2nd, 2020, is Venom 2.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this because for some weird reason you haven't seen the first Venom.
I know. It is weird. I feel like I should.
The weirdest conglomeration of a movie that is comedy mixed with action, mixed with generic CGI battle, mixed with weird performance from Tom Holland. And it's just a crazy...
Wait, Tom Holland's in it?
Not Tom Holland. Tom Hardy.
Oh, you threw me for a loop
Hardy.
there.
I bet you Tom Holland will be in Venom too.
Probably.
It's such an odd movie and it's rated R, and it's just weird that it got made, and then it made $800 million. It's like one of the most successful
R-rated. It made that
R-rated,
much movie?
Yeah.
Or money?
One of the most successful R-rated movies of all time.
Wow.
Crazy.
Hey, do you know what is the most successful R-rated movie?
It's got to be Joker.
It is.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up again.
Venom is better than Joker, I'll tell you that.
That's not true.
Number 4, November 6th, will be The Eternals. I'm definitely looking forward to
Yes.
this one.
100% going to see The Eternals. It has grabbed my attention from the beginning.
Yeah, it's got Kumail Nanjiani,
Who
Angelina
is
Jolie,
ripped. He has got a six-pack.
Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington.
Have you seen his jawline?
Yeah, it's exceptional.
Goodness.
Exceptional.
He is jacked.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to it. Number 3 on their list is Birds of Prey, which is already out. Haven't seen it yet.
Been doing good things.
I don't think I'm more. It hasn't been doing good things financially.
No, it didn't make much money, but
Critically,
because I think everybody was in the same boat where they were like, I don't want to see this at all, and are like you and I, where now it's been doing well critic wise and other user score wise, viewer score wise.
Right.
It's been doing well in that category, but it still isn't pulling people to the box office to see the movie.
no. I think it's some part of me thinks it's probably just timing issue too. I don't know.
Probably.
If February is when people really go to the movies.
I just really think nobody wanted this movie. Nobody wanted it. And it's good, but it's not the name, the actresses, like everything about it isn't pulling people to the movies to go see it.
If you made a
Everybody's
movie-
going to wait for it to come out on
Listen,
streaming.
if you made a movie called Harley Quinn with Ewan McGregor playing the bad guy, do you think it would have been a different story?
Yes, I do.
So it's more an issue of marketing.
They marketed it terrible.
Apparently, Margot Robbie is phenomenal in it.
And then they changed the name of it
Yeah.
in the middle of its...
I don't think
Box
that's
office.
necessarily what's hurting it. I think maybe
But why even do it?
I just don't think people are clamoring for the character quite the way they think.
Yeah. But if you want to have a Harley Quinn movie, have a Harley Quinn movie. Don't label it Birds of Prey.
Well, I think they're trying to start a franchise but at the same time piggyback off the success of a known quantity.
I get it. But just call it Harley Quinn. You can have the Birds of Prey still in it, and then the next movie call it Birds of Prey.
I don't think the Birds of Prey is ever going to happen again. So
Right. I agree with you. And that's why I think it's silly.
or Harley Quinn. I think it's all done now.
You think? No, I think Harley Quinn will be in another movie.
Maybe.
I think she's actually signed a contract for another movie.
Okay. Well, I'd be
Well,
interested.
Suicide Squad 2, she's in it.
Oh, she is.
She's in it, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway,
With James Gunn, because James Gunn, or she had an interview talking about her character in Suicide Squad 2 that James Gunn has written is different than the other. It's the same character. Excuse me. It's the same character, but it's just written differently, and she acts it a little differently, and she says it's like a progression of the character throughout these movies. It's not. That's not technically the way it is, but she's acting it as that way.
she's an actor.
She is an actor, and she is a thespian.
She definitely takes herself very seriously.
Does she? I mean, do you know her personally?
Yeah, I actually grew up with her.
You saw her last Saturday in Australia?
Yeah,
You and Aussie?
yeah.
Huh? G'day, mate.
Is she Australian?
You on Walkabout? Yes.
Is she related to Hugh Jackman?
No. She's related to Steve Irwin.
Okay.
She can wrestle a crocodile.
What about Crocodile Dundee?
No. Paul Hogan. No.
That's not a
No.
knife. This.
Hey, you
is
got
a
a
knife.
you got a Foster's over there? Foster's, Australian for beer.
I do. It's the size of a tangerine.
No. You can't go Michael Caine on me.
Michael Caine?
Isn't that what you were doing?
No, the size of a tangerine. That's how you do an Australian accent. The
It is?
size of a tangerine.
The size of a tangerine.
Yeah. Or you just say, that's not a knife.
This is a knife.
This is a knife.
I got a knife.
Now we're down to 2 and 1 of the most anticipated comic book movies of 2020. And I will say, whoa, that's a knife.
That's a knife.
And I will say I agree with both of these two there. You know what? I'm kind of jazzed about Venom 2 now.
I really am too because of what I've seen with Woody Harrelson
Yeah.
going to be Carnage. They've shown some.
I'll say these
teasers of
two
it.
are my two. I'm going to flip-flop the order, but they have it as number 2, Black Widow, which I think would be my most anticipated.
Oh yeah,
Black Widow looks amazing.
It looks really good.
Straight out of the gate, this looks amazing. The action, the martial arts, the acting.
I'm
looks
so
amazing.
bought in.
The colors, the backgrounds, the look of it, the feel of it.
I agree.
I'm all in.
I'm
for this
so
movie.
bought in for David Harbour. I think he's an amazing actor.
I'm so bought in for Scarlett Johansson.
I agree.
She looks amazing in this.
But I like David Harbour. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah,
he's done
great.
phenomenal things in Stranger Things.
He was so good in Hellboy. That movie was amazing.
I mean, he is good in
I don't know, I
Hellboy.
never saw it.
I was waiting to see like if you had actually seen it.
No. I'm joking.
He is good in Hellboy. He is a good Hellboy character. He does that very, very well. The movie itself, lacking.
Bomb.com.
Yeah. But I like him as an actor. I like him as a person. I think he's great. Him and I are on the same level. I saw him Saturday night.
He's like 6'5". You're like 5'5".
Yeah, he's got plenty of room in his pocket for me to live. You know what I'm saying?
He's a big dude.
No, I'm saying.
He's a big dude.
I think he's a good guy.
He's probably $3 bills, that guy.
Probably, yeah.
No, I don't think
Probably.
so. He's probably like 240.
No way.
You think
He's
he's bigger
over
than 240?
260, I bet you.
I don't know. You think he weighs more than me?
Yes, he's bigger than you.
How tall is he?
About 7'9".
7'9". Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, that's their number 2 is Black Widow. I'm going to tell you right now, that's my number 1, without a doubt. That's my most anticipated comic book movie of the year.
Okay.
Their number 1, which is probably my number 2, is Wonder Woman 1984.
I agree with you. I agree with you on both of those rankings.
I wasn't a huge fan of Wonder Woman, the first one.
I was.
I liked it. I'm not a huge fan of it, though. I never saw it in theaters. Maybe that's part of the problem. But this trailer for this movie, with this soundtrack, with this visuals, really is something that interests me.
It's called On Point, bro.
Yeah.
It's on point.
If there's not Duran Duran playing sometime in this movie.
Hungry Like a Wolf coming at you. Guaranteed. Yeah.
Hungry like a wolf.
So here's what's got me a little nervous, though, is that they released a picture of the final form of Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Cheetah?
Yeah. Looks dumb.
It did. Looked real dumb.
Okay.
But it just looks like a graphic image of like a mock-up drawing.
Okay.
People are claiming it is what is in the movie. I really, really doubt their CGI is going to be like that. But it just...
Dude,
it
that
always
character's
puts
gonna be
something in
all
your
CGI.
It just puts something in your mind that it may be a negative. It may be poorly done. Hopefully that's not the case. I doubt it. I think they would throw enough money at this movie to make the main villain be somewhat represented.
I can guarantee. I can guarantee. I guarantee.
Okay. What?
That it's going to look good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because that's all they got.
And Kristen Wiig, yeah, exactly. It's literally all they got. And I really do think Kristen Wiig will be a really good choice for that.
I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
I think so.
I've seen her tackle serious roles. Great. I've seen her tackle comedy, obviously. Great.
Yeah.
She's pretty versatile.
For shizzle.
I feel like she's going to be like a
I hope it's not overdone.
like a Michelle Pfeiffer-ish Catwoman from Batman Returns.
I love that.
That's going to be her portrayal of that character.
You think
It's
so?
kind of like humorous. I mean, she's not as good looking as Michelle Pfeiffer.
She's
back
a little
in, like,
plain,
1991.
Yeah, plain Jane, yeah.
But, I mean, just how she played that with like a lot of over-the-top spectacle, but also like humor, but at the beginning she was understated.
Yeah,
that's
I agree
how she's
with
going to
you.
play that character.
I agree with you. You're right. It's very, very similar to each other
Yeah.
from what they've portrayed it as so far.
So,
Yep.
anyway, those are the top all 8 2020 comic book movies. That's
Honestly, I'm in for all of them except for Bloodshot.
yeah, I don't
and,
know anything about Bloodshot. I
and-
guarantee I won't see it though.
And New Mutants, I'm not.
I don't think I'll see it in
I'm
theaters.
not in for that one really.
And I don't know
either.
why. I never have seen anything to make me want to see that movie.
I'm not a huge fan of that girl from
Dakota Fanning.
Game of Thrones.
Are you kidding me?
I think she's fine.
Maisie Williams?
Yeah, she doesn't sell a movie
Is it
for
Maisie
me.
Williams?
Yes, it is.
She's great, dude.
She is.
Have you ever heard her speak
Yes.
in an interview?
Yes.
She's so cool.
I agree with you. I'm just saying she doesn't sell a movie for me though.
I don't think she's meant to sell the movie.
She's like the main. She's the lead of the movie.
I think the X-Men name is going to sell the movie.
No, it just says New Mutants.
You think Jennifer Lawrence sold the X-Men franchise when she was the lead in that series?
No, not
She's
at all.
a way bigger star.
Not at the time.
X-Men carried.
At the time, she wasn't. When it first came out.
Bullshit.
Not at the time when that first
Hunger
came
Games
out.
was already out, man.
Was it?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. So you
I
got three huge stars in that X-Men franchise. You got Jennifer Lawrence. You got James McAvoy, not as big of a star as Jennifer Lawrence, obviously. And you got Michael Fassbender, probably equal.
Yeah.
All right. And neither one of those three carried that franchise. The X-Men name carried that franchise.
To where? Oblivion.
To a
It was
series
fine.
of great movies.
I agree. They're
Days
great.
of Future
but
Past.
people don't think that way, though. It's not
That's
like
not true.
they're not on par with any of the other.
People don't think that way about Apocalypse, and people don't think that way about the last one, the Phoenix one.
None of them are on par with like the rest of the Avenger movies or Marvel movies. We didn't rank them in that way.
I don't know that I would. I mean, I don't.
People will not rank those the same way that they rank the rest of the Marvel movies
first of all,
because
those
they're not on par with them.
First Class
They're not as good.
and Days of Future Past are better than a lot of the other Marvel movies. They're very good movies. X2 and X1, back from the 2000s, are very good movies.
I agree.
X-Men 2 might be the best comic book movie ever made.
X-Men 2?
Beside, not including Infinity War or Endgame or a bunch of the Captain America movies.
All right.
Or any of the Iron Man movies or a lot of those movies.
Yeah,
but if you take all of those out,
Dark Knight's probably the greatest comic book movie ever made.
bullshit. I wouldn't even put it in my top 10.
It's because you're a DCist. You hate DC. Everything about it.
Yeah, maybe. X2 is really good. That's the one with the beginning sequence of Nightcrawler going through the White House.
Yes.
A lot of Magneto stuff.
That is pretty cool.
Happening. It's a great movie.
You wouldn't put Dark Knight in your top 10 of comic book movies? You're ridiculous.
Of best comic book movies of all time?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll have to do it. We've never done that top 10.
No, we haven't. And you're being ridiculous right now. You would absolutely put it in there. Anybody that's ever ranked a movie has it in their top
I'd probably put it in my bottom 20.
10. I know you would, just on purpose.
Yeah, it would
to
be,
spite me.
It would be there with Tank Girl.
In the army now.
Yeah.
Tank
That's not
Girl.
a comic movie.
I know, but it's the same genre. And she was in a lot of Pauly Shore movies, along with Free Willy.
She wasn't Free Willy. All right, so we've given you the good, we've given you the bad, we've given you the ugly. We haven't really, but
No.
I got another article we can talk about.
Yes.
10 movies no one realizes are based on comics.
10 movies nobody realizes are based on comics. Okay.
And I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna let you try and guess these movies. All right.
So you're going to just give me a rundown of what they're
basically.
about? Okay.
Number 10 is a movie starring Black Widow herself, Scarlett Johansson.
Wait, is it Black Widow as a character in it?
No. Starring Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
It was made about 9 years before she debuted as Black Widow, probably in the early 2000s. Actually, a really good movie about two girls becoming obsessed with a lonely middle-aged man named Seymour.
A lonely middle-aged man named Seymour.
It was like one of her biggest. It was like her big break, Scarlett Johansson. It was nominated for an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. You're never going to get it, are you?
No.
Ghost World.
I don't even know if I've heard of it.
You've never heard of Ghost World?
No.
Well, I actually did read the comic after the movie. I liked the movie a lot. It came out when I was in college, I believe. Good movie, good comic. Good stuff.
You know the comic?
After the movie.
Oh,
I
okay.
went back and read it,
I was not aware of this.
That's the point of the list, Jerry. 10 movies no one realizes are based on comics. You don't even know the movie.
I didn't.
All right, number 9
Let's see if
is
I can
a
get
comic
this one.
book movie made in 2003. It made the same year as X-Men 2, Hulk, and Daredevil. It was starring Chow Yun-Fat. Remember he was big for a while?
I don't even know if I know him.
Oh my god, I can't.
I mean,
I
Chow
can't
Yun.
deal with people that don't know anything.
I don't know him.
He was like a big karate, like Jet Li before Jet Li,
Okay.
like Jackie Chan.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Sean William Scott was in it.
Sean William Scott, huh?
It's based on a comic by the same name. It was a what do you call it? Kung Fu movie.
Kung Fu movie. I don't know.
Bulletproof Monk.
Oh, okay. I do know that movie.
Okay. Well, it was based on a comic, Jerry.
Sean William Scott was in that movie?
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Here is a movie based on the comic The Coldest City, starring well, it has some relation to John Wick. I'm not sure how. Directed by you're never going to get this. Atomic Blonde,
Atomic Blonde.
number 8.
I wanted to see
I
that
know.
movie.
It's pretty new too.
Yeah, it just came out last year, wasn't it? Or 2 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
No, it was last year because we talked about
He
it on
made
the
it
show.
right before Deadpool 2. Leech is his name. Charlize Theron is in it, and James
Yes.
McAvoy.
It looks good.
It does look good.
It's a really good
Made $100 million
fighting-
off a $30 million budget. So
Wow, that's
obviously it
pretty
did pretty good. Number 7, this one you should get. It was starring Daniel Craig himself, Mr. James Bond, and Harrison Ford, directed by Jon Favreau. It has all the recipes for success, Jerry,
I should get this.
but it was a huge
failure.
bust.
It's got Daniel Craig
This
and
was
who?
after Iron Man. Jon Favreau, one of them was after Iron Man, with James Bond and Indiana Jones. Come on.
James Bond and Harrison Ford.
And it was set in the Old West.
Oh, the cowboy.
Cowboys and aliens.
Yes, Cowboys and Aliens. Yes. You went and saw that.
Oh, I'm sure I did, yeah.
I remember you talking about it. You're like, yeah, I went and saw that. It's the best movie ever made. I'd put it in my top 10 of all time, above Dark Knight.
Yep. That's the way
I was like, well, that's stupid.
$168 million budget. Made $174 million worldwide.
Really? 174?
Yep.
Huh. That's sad.
It's definitely meant to
That's
be a
sad.
franchise.
And it failed miserably.
Number 6.
What's your take on that? What did you do? You remember
wasn't a
seeing
good
it?
movie.
Or
Yeah, I remember it. I mean, I don't remember the specifics
isn't
of it.
that freaking wild
But it
that
just
Daniel
wasn't-
Craig and Harrison Ford signed on for a movie like
I
that?
think maybe is Olivia Wilde's in it too? I can't tell. I'm looking at the picture.
That is wild to me.
You know what movie I just watched recently? I should put in my what I've been watching. Never mind. Go ahead.
Here's the thing about that kind of stuff, though, is that be the person that they hand you a script and you read it. Like Star Wars read like a fairy tale, like Star Wars read crazy. All these movies, any Marvel movie that you read, comic books you read these scripts and it sounds insane.
Well, but this was a pretty popular comic. I think it was a pretty big comic at the time.
Was it?
Yeah,
I didn't.
I mean-
I don't know anything about it. But so you get the script. I mean, but do you think Daniel Craig and Harrison Ford have read the comic Cowboys and Aliens?
No.
Exactly.
No,
so they
but
get the
some
script.
executives said, "Hey, this is a $200 million movie."
Yes.
Or $170 million movie. That's a huge budget.
And they're
movie.
like, okay, I guess we'll do it.
That's a big budget blockbuster movie.
What's the deal with $200 million movie?
What's the deal with Cowboys and Aliens? Number 6, you definitely will get. It's a little movie starring Will Smith.
Men in Black.
Here come the men in black, Galaxy Defenders. Here come the men in black, won't let you remember.
Okay. Yes, Men in Black. That's a good. I like Men in Black. I used to watch it all the time
Great
as a
movie.
kid.
I don't think it was a huge comic either.
Men in Black 2 I used to watch all the time. Men in Black 7.
Was not a huge hit. It just said there was a, it wasn't a huge comic hit. It was liked, but it was kind of a cult comic. Until they made the movie, and then it blew up. And then there was a remember there's a cartoon.
I do remember the
It's a pretty
cartoon.
good
I used to watch
Not
that.
bad.
Came out in like 97, 6 or 7.
97, yeah.
And I remember watching it all the time. I was 10.
Yeah, animated series, video games, ride at Universal Studios. Men in Black
great.
International, the newest one with Thor and Valkyrie.
I didn't watch that. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't. I want to see it, but it didn't do well.
Tommy Lee Jones, man. You can't go anywhere without Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black.
Well, the second one
He is the mainstay.
had Josh Brolin.
But I thought Tommy Lee Jones was in that too.
He was, you're right. Yeah, he was like, his memory had been erased.
Yes.
Yeah,
He's been in all of them.
Josh
except for
Brolin was a young Tommy Lee Jones.
Correct.
And they look very similar, so
do.
it worked out pretty well. That was not a bad movie, that second one.
I love them. I like them.
Yeah. Number 5. I'm not even going to try with this one. Diary of a Teenage Girl. Don't know. Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
It was Kristen Wiig's first comic book movie. First comic book movie.
I know that movie.
Oh, yeah. She's in the movie.
Yes. I've heard of this. I remember it. I'm recalling images in my brain.
Anyway,
I am
number
alive.
4. What? These are really getting out there. Faust, Love of the Damned.
What
Based
are you
on
reading me?
Tim Vigil and David Quinn's X-rated superhero horror comic.
Yep, that's
tells
what I'd
the tale
read.
of John Jaspers, a heartbroken man who sells his soul to a man known only as M, so he can get revenge on a mobster who killed his girlfriend. All right, so there's that.
Great.
Number 3. We're just going down a rabbit hole. It's called Hardware.
Did you not vet this?
No, skip that. Number 2 is a movie that was star-studded cast, including Bruce Willis, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich, Helen Mirren. Do you remember this movie?
John Malkovich, Helen Mirren.
Retired Black Ops CIA agents. It was a really popular comic book and a pretty
Give
big
me a hint.
box office hit. I just gave you all the hints.
Well, you gave me the people that are in it. That doesn't mean I.
It was a Warren Ellis comic.
Trees.
No, it's Red.
Red.
Yeah, Red.
Yes, I saw that movie. It's very good.
Yeah. Number 1 is also an extremely good movie and extremely good comic, starring Viggo Mortensen, where he plays a Russian mobster.
Oh, yes, I know this.
Come on.
Golly,
History of Violence.
that's not what I was thinking of.
History of Violence. I love that movie.
It is very good. Is that the one I was thinking of? History of Violence? I've seen that, History of Violence, but there's another one that he was in that he's like a Russian mobster.
Really? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one where he's got the Lord of the Rings.
No, that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I gotta look up.
He's
also in The Road, and that's a very good movie.
he was the Rohan, the Riders of Rohan.
Stop it.
Aramor, Boromir,
Aragorn?
Aragorn,
Or something?
Asiliador.
History of Violence is a very good movie.
Yeah, I like that.
I really enjoy it. But there is another movie.
That scene when they get in the fight in the Russian baths when they're all naked.
You know what it is?
It's a crazy scene.
Eastern Promises.
Oh, wait. Is that the one where they get in the fight in the Russian baths
Yes.
naked? Yeah, that's Eastern Promises. That's what I'm thinking of.
He's History of Violence. He's
not
not a Russian mobster at all. That's why you got me confused.
Yeah.
He is a Russian mobster in Eastern Promises.
Eastern Promises. That's
Yes.
a good movie. That movie rocks.
It's phenomenal. History of
Wow,
Violence
I
is
really fucked that up, didn't I?
bad. Because History of Violence is a very good movie, though, too. But he's an American husband,
Yes.
and him and his wife aren't agreeing on the way things need to go, and he's trying to protect the family, and people are attacking because of his secret life. Man, it's good.
Yeah, he is the owner of a small-time diner who's thrust in the spotlight after confronting 2 robbers in self-defense.
Yes.
thus changing his life forever.
And then they just continue to attack the house. And he's trying to save people, but then I'm not going to give the movie away.
People are attacking his house. Why?
They come after him.
Why did they come after him?
Because it's like the mob.
Oh, see, the mob was It was in Millbrook, Indiana.
Okay. The movie was set in Millbrook. Is that what you're saying? Or
Yeah.
the mob is based out of Millbrook?
Scarred gangster. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Who alleges that Tom is actually a Philadelphia gangster
Yes.
named Joey Cusack, and he had dealings with the Irish mob.
Hey, yo, Joey.
Because he is, right? He's
Yes.
in witness protection or
Yes.
something. Yeah. I don't know if he's in
Now you're
witness
getting
protection.
it.
Right.
Now you're getting it.
That's what his history of violence is about.
Bingo. You got it now.
All right.
Good job. But also watch Eastern Promises because that's a good movie.
That's the
too.
one I like.
Yeah. A1 Pagoda. Nathan Klein.
Abe Pagoda?
I said A1
Oh.
Pagoda. Told me to watch that movie. Sent it to me in the mail. And I watched it. It was very good. I enjoyed it. And that was he also had me watch The Postman, that Kevin Costner movie.
Oh, that's one of my favorite movies of all
I
time.
know, it's very good. And
It's so much better than The Dark Knight.
the only reason I've ever watched it is because of Mr. Pagoda.
Everybody hated The Postman, but I love it.
It's good.
It got
yeah,
terrible reviews. It's a huge bomb.
It was a big time bomb.
I love any movie that's post-apocalyptic.
I love any movie with
Across
Kevin
the board.
Costner.
Any movie?
Any of them. Bull Durham, love it.
Tin Cup.
Tin Cup, love it.
Oh my God. We should
Dances with Wolves, love it.
Can we do top 10?
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I think we
love
already
it.
once before said we were going to do top 10 Kevin Costner.
I think we have. And then
JFK.
JFK, love it.
That is such a good movie, JFK.
And he's also in another one.
The Bodyguard.
13
Waterworld.
Hours.
Field of Dreams.
Isn't it 13 Hours?
Wyatt Earp.
Yeah. Wyatt Earp.
The Highwayman.
Love it. That's one of the choices I've made that I like better than Tombstone, and I got stoned outside of this. Like stoned as in people throw rocks
Do you remember
at me.
Silverado? He was in that. Draft Day. That was pretty good. Draft Day was really good, actually.
Yep.
Mr. Brooks.
That's a great movie.
For Love of the Game.
I'm telling you, this dude can act,
This
bro.
Man of Steel. Let's not forget about that.
Yeah, he's the dad.
He is, yeah. 3,000
some
Miles
reason-
to Graceland.
That for some reason tells his Superman son not to save him, which he could have done in literally
Yeah, he
quicker
saves a
than-
dog, dude.
he could have saved him quicker than like the speed of light, but he doesn't do it because his dad does this. Holds his hand up.
Yeah, to save the dog, right?
Stop it.
It's so dumb. Like nobody cares about their dog that much.
No.
Nobody.
To sacrifice your father in a tornado?
Or the father was sacrificing his own life for the dog. Come on.
So dumb.
3,000 Miles to Graceland.
I could give that one up, but
Why? That's a great movie.
it's all right.
Night Shift.
I don't know that one.
I mean, there's so many more. He's been in so many movies.
Yeah. He's got the chops, dude.
Yeah. I would say my favorite Kevin Costner movie has to be, based on this list I'm looking at. Don't forget about The Untouchables. He's in that too.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'm going to have to say, this is so tough. I mean, I love Dances with Wolves. It's just so long and hard to
So long.
rewatch. But like, it's when you watch it, you're like, it's really good.
It is.
But JFK is really good. That might be my favorite.
JFK, you think is your favorite?
Or Postman is good.
Postman
Or
is
Waterworld, I
phenomenal.
like a lot. Oh, what am I talking about? Scrap It All. No, my favorite's Tin Cup. Or Bull Durham.
I know. Bull Durham's phenomenal.
Okay, my favorite is Bull Durham.
Yeah, that's probably what I would go with is Bull Durham. And then Tin Cup, then Dances with Wolves, then Robin Hood, because I really love that movie.
Yeah.
Waterworld, JFK,
The Guardian, of course.
That's a pretty decent movie.
It's good.
I mean,
It's not.
I watched
was joking, but yeah.
No, I think it's
not
fine.
bad.
I thought it was fine. It's all right.
It's okay.
Okay, it's all right. It's okay.
Right.
Give me a break, man.
It's all right.
What was your next one?
My next what?
Oh, that was number one?
Number one.
Were we on number one of that bad list that you were doing?
Yeah, I think we're way past that, man.
Oh, all right.
We're way past that. Speaking of what we are watching, though, based on that list, there is a movie that I watched lately that I was pleasantly surprised by.
Okay, what is it?
Tron Legacy.
The second one.
Never saw it before.
I haven't either.
And it was on Disney Plus, and Cash was like really into Tron because they're making that roller coaster in Disney World.
Yes.
And he doesn't know anything about Tron. I mean, I remember Tron from when I was a
anyone?
kid, but I didn't really remember anything about it.
I don't know anything.
And then I thought it was really odd that they were going to make a Tron roller coaster about a movie that nobody really cares about anymore.
Yeah.
But they are, and so I'm like, okay,
Isn't Jeff Bridges in both of those?
Yeah, he's like the main character, and
Okay.
he was in the original, and he's in the remake.
I didn't know that.
And it's a sequel. It's not a remake. It's a sequel to the original.
Tron and then Tron Legacy.
Right. But I mean, Tron was like in the early 80s.
No, they.
Tron Legacy was in 2010.
Oh, that's the first one they've made. I thought they made two.
That's
New ones.
No, that's it.
Oh.
I don't think it did well. That's why they didn't make more.
Okay.
Anyway, it was really good, and like Jeff Bridges is great, of course. The thing that's comical about it is like I didn't realize that's probably like the first time they ever did de-aging, like digital de-aging.
Oh, they
To
did?
de-age Jeff Bridges
I didn't realize they did that in those
this
movies.
movie, and it is horrendous.
Oh, no.
And this is in 2010. So, what's the first time they did that? Would that be Iron Man? Not the first Iron Man, maybe the second Iron Man.
Yeah.
Because they de-aged him to be in that hologram with his dad. Remember?
That wasn't the second one, was it?
Maybe the third even. It wasn't the first one.
Yeah, I think it's the third one.
Okay.
Because it's the one where his whole house collapses
Okay.
and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you can look past it, which it's hard to, it's really bad.
The third one, the Iron Man 3 when they did it, I think was good.
Oh, it looked perfect. But they must have gotten it right. It's not good in Tron Legacy.
Wow.
But
But it doesn't take away from the movie.
It
really?
doesn't. It's a good movie. Olivia Wilde's in it. I like her a lot. She's really good in it.
Yeah, you do.
It was good. I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. Daft Punk did the musical score.
So what is the...
It's a great soundtrack.
You know, actually, he's done quite a few scores, like for movies. He's getting more into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's
So what is the basis of Tron? I don't even know the basis of Tron. I've never gotten into it. I don't care about it.
so
to be
Tron's like a
honest.
video game, like back in the early 80s. Now you're talking about the 80s, like the first Tron movie.
Yes.
Tron was like a video game. It's kind of like Snake.
So you play the video game?
Yeah, you played it, but they made an interface so you could go into the game
Okay.
and like in a virtual reality world. But if you like died in the game, you died in real life.
Oh my gosh.
And
The stakes are so high.
Jeff Bridges was like the developer of this technology in the game and everything. And like it wasn't on purpose. Like they accidentally got in the game somehow.
Like Jumanji.
And it's like kind of like Snake, but like if the goal is for the one person to cut the other person off,
And you
they
run
slam
into their line.
path, and you explode.
Oh yeah. So
and-
it's constant racing.
Yeah, basically. And the idea of the second one is his kid, Jeff Bridges' kid, basically.
Is born in the game.
No.
Oh.
His dad disappears when he's a little kid. He just disappears. And his dad now owns this huge tech company. He created Tron, and now he owns like Google.
Wow.
He's like the CEO of Google. But he's like trying to free the people from the internet. He wants like free technology, free internet.
Oh, I got you.
Free everything. Anyway, and he's getting opposed by the evil board of directors, blah, blah. Anyway, one day he disappears. And this kid grows up. It's like 20 years later. His kid's an adult now.
Doesn't know where he is.
And his kid technically is the heir to his business, but he doesn't want anything to do with the business, but technically he's a billionaire, whatever. And he finds out that his dad has been in the game for the last 20 years. Like, he got sucked in, he can't get out, and he has this whole world that he's built inside this computer. It's a good movie. I liked it a lot.
Wow. So do they?
It grossed $400 million, but apparently that wasn't good enough for Disney. So
400 million it made?
yeah, it was a huge box office success. It says right here, nominated for an Oscar.
See, I thought they made 2.
It lost to Inception
What? Ooh, that's such a good movie.
for best film editing, not for like best picture.
Who's the other main character in that? Who's the son? Isn't it
Garrett Hedlund.
Oh, Garrett. I know him.
Yeah, you'd know him if you saw him.
No?
No, he was in Troy. He was in, I don't know. He's in some stuff, but no, he was in Country Strong. You know.
I'm country strong. I've seen that movie.
I'm sure you have. I guarantee that's not surprising to me at all that you have seen Country Strong.
I have. I've seen it. It's very good.
Remember that George Strait movie?
I'd put it on
from, like,
my
back in the
top
day?
10 above Dark Knight.
You ever see that George Strait movie where he's Dusty? His name is Dusty.
Check yes or no.
No, Pure Country.
Pure Country. Yes, I have seen that.
That movie is great.
It is. It's like on par with 8 Seconds.
I love Pure. No, it's way better than 8 Seconds.
Are you crazy?
That was George Strait's first movie.
Is it his only movie?
It grossed $15 million on a $10 million budget. There was also Pure Country 2 and Pure Country, Pure Heart.
So Pure Country 3?
I don't know, but that's a great movie. Pure Country. I highly recommend you watch that. Anyway, do we want to get on to our Netflix and chill segment?
Yes.
Netflix and chill.
So this is actually, so what is this? The top 10 date movies?
This is not our top 10.
No. But it's the top. It's a article that has the top 10
good
best.
movies on Netflix to watch on date night.
Okay.
We're not titling this episode as our top 10. It's not one of our top 10s.
It's not our top 10 at all. We're just going to read it to you, and I'm going to criticize all of them.
Yeah. This is on cinemablend.com.
Oh my gosh. You should have told me that to begin with.
Number 10. Pure Country.
No, it is. That'd be pretty funny if it
8
was.
seconds.
That was a good joke, Chris. You finally had something that was funny.
Number 10 is actually probably my favorite movie of all time, or one of my favorite movies of all time.
You have so many of them.
For real, though. For reals.
You have so many movies that are your favorite of all time.
This is in my top 3 movies of all time.
Okay.
It is Chasing Amy.
Really?
Yeah.
They have that as number 10?
They have that as number 10.
I'm so proud of that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That makes me happy.
That's why I said it. Like,
This
we
is like
joked around about this list, and I'm like, actually,
No, yeah, this is
there's some good stuff on this list.
This is a legitimate list.
And that's a great date night show.
I don't know if I would honestly bring a date to watch that show. To be honest with you,
I thought that was a little odd.
I don't think I would get a new date or
nude date.
Yeah, I wouldn't get a nude date or a new date or an old date.
You probably
to watch that
certainly
show.
wouldn't be getting nude after a date after
This movie.
Chasing Amy.
No, you wouldn't.
Although it is kind of a romantic comedy.
It is, but the dialogue will turn some people off, I believe.
Oh, come on. It's a pretty good movie. It's easy to watch.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's just heavy dialogue that Kevin Smith does. And I think that could be detrimental to what you're going for in a date night movie.
Okay. Well, agree to disagree. Number 9. I haven't seen this one,
Okay.
but I want to see this one a lot.
Please be the one I'm thinking.
It's a new movie. It's a Netflix movie, actually. Always Be My Maybe.
Oh, I haven't seen it either, but it does look good.
Yeah, I like the guy who's on Fresh Off the Boat.
Yes.
Marcus Kim.
I've watched the trailer for it on Netflix about 16 times. Like, I should watch this.
The only problem I have
Looks
is
really good.
I don't. Well, that's not his name. That's the character's name is Marcus Kim. I don't know what the guy's name is. The only problem I have with this, Randall Park. That's his name. He's kind of hot right now. He's in a lot of stuff. He's been in Marvel Universe. He plays a
Was
Shield
he?
agent in
Oh yes.
in Captain Marvel, maybe.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't like Ali Wong at all.
Why?
She's the female lead in this. I don't think she's funny. I try to watch her stand up. I just really dislike.
Oh, I've never tried to watch her stand up at all.
I
and
really
I don't
dislike
really know
her
much
stand up.
about her.
She's just a very brash comedian.
I like
very,
brash comedians.
Very brash. Kind of like Sarah Silverman-esque, but without the ridiculousness.
Oh, okay.
She's kind of like a gross out comic.
Really?
Kind of in a way, yeah. I just don't like it.
Like
I don't like it. I don't like her style of comedy.
Is she kind of like a Bill Burr for a woman?
No, Bill Burr's not gross out comic.
Not
He's just more like
gross.
an insult comic. Well, not insult, but like a non-politically correct comic.
Yes.
She's like a gross out comic, kind of.
Like she says gross things. Like she's doing it to be gross.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't even know what that is. Like, is it like weird sex jokes? Or like gross, like I poop, like I've got poop and that's gross.
Yeah, that's what she smears poop on the audience's faces.
That's gross.
During her show.
That is gross.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of gross.
In a sexual act. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking.
That's
joking.
sick.
I don't know. I want to see the movie though. I think it looks good.
I do too.
And I really like Randall Park. So number 8, Jerry, is a little movie starring. This is weird, but starring. I definitely wouldn't take a date to this, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen.
50-50?
Yeah,
That's a date movie?
I guess.
I never watched that either, but apparently it's very good.
Oh, I've seen it. It's a great movie, but it's not really a
date movie?
I mean, it's funny and an offbeat, and
Because isn't the premise of this is where Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character has cancer, right?
yeah, brain tumor.
And then they shave his head, and they get to be really good buddies. They're like best friends, and
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's
and
heartfelt.
Seth Rogen saves his
Anna
life
Kendrick's in
from a horrific car accident, and then Joseph Gordon-Levitt saves him from drowning
Yeah,
because he fell off an iceberg,
yeah,
right?
yeah. That's exactly what happens, and it's just not.
It's like thrilling.
It's not romantic. Well, I guess it's got some romance in it.
Do they fall in love?
Yeah, yeah. Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen, they fall in love.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's an incredible movie.
it's moving.
After the iceberg or before the train derailment?
No, it's way after the train thing. Way after.
It's good.
It's after they get on the plane to go to the.
I've never seen it. I've just heard that these things are in the
Yeah.
movie.
Anyway, spinal cancer, not a brain tumor.
Oh, oof, that would be bad.
Yeah, you need that. You need that spine.
I've heard. I don't know. I don't really use mine. I'm basically spineless.
You're a jellyfish. This is such a freaking weird list, right? That's 8.
It is. I don't
Number
understand
7,
that. I don't know.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
What?
That's number 7.
But see, these are only on Netflix, so I guess it kind of makes sense. 'Cause
Sometimes date night is a great opportunity to introduce your significant other to a genre they are previously unfamiliar with, such as perhaps superhero movies. I get it.
Oh,
so this
sure.
is a guy writing an article, and he's saying, what is a way that I can get my significant other
to watch
to like
Spider-Man.
a comic book
Yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah.
This is a good one, though. Like, it's a good entry. Although I feel like most females that I know would be like, I'm not
I'm watching that.
cartoon movie.
There are way better movies out there than that cartoon movie, yes.
But they would be wrong because it's a really good movie.
It is a phenomenal movie, and I do think it would be a good watch, and most people do enjoy it. I just don't see that as a date night movie. There are other movies on Netflix right now and in the past 10 years that would be better than that, I think, as a date night movie. Whoever wrote this article is an idiot.
I disagree. It's a perfect date night movie.
Of course you're right.
Number 6, I think. They're not numbered, so I don't know where we're
It's
at.
7, I believe.
6? Number 6. Is another really odd choice. Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
He does fall in love.
Yeah, with this phone.
Yeah. Well, with Scarlett Johansson's
First
voice.
of all, I love this movie.
It's good.
It's such a good movie. Scarlett Johansson, Joaquin Phoenix as the Spike Jonze movie, wrote and directed.
Joaquin Phoenix can act, man.
Yeah.
You know what he can act in?
Weird movies.
Joker.
Oh,
that one
so
movie
bad.
that we both love.
So bad.
I love it.
Such a waste of time.
And have you ever seen the meme of this, or there's like a video or a GIF of this movie from her where he's laying on the pillow, he's laying sideways, and then they zoom into his forehead, and then they flip the camera upside down, and his forehead turns into a face.
Yeah.
Because of the way the wrinkles are on his forehead.
He has talked about it. He's talked about that.
He has?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All I've ever seen is that video, and I think it's absolutely amazing that it legitimately turns into a completely separate human face on his forehead while he's laying there. It's awesome.
I have seen that.
Look it up. All you really have to do is Google Joaquin Phoenix forehead face. I bet you.
So, according to this article, excluding those who watch the Hallmark Channel religiously, many modern audiences have grown tired of the same old typical boy meets girl plot that is still prevalent in many films of the romantic persuasion. I would agree with that.
And I do think it is a good, what would you call it, dichotomy between human interaction and their phones.
Yeah, it's like satire.
Yes,
basically.
of how people are legitimately falling in love with their technology.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Don't get me wrong. Not a good date night movie. No. Do not play this movie for your significant other unless they're like movie nerds. And if they're not, they're going to hate you.
Yeah, unless they specifically ask you for this movie. Do not play it.
Like pretty much every movie we've listed so far are basically for cinephiles.
Yeah, it really is.
So
except for the Spider-Man
except for Always
one.
Be My Maybe. That's like, that actually is the only true good date night one on this.
And it was like specifically created for that on Netflix.
It's a by the numbers romantic comedy, I would assume. The other ones are a little bit inside baseball.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good choices. Number 6 though is I don't even know what it is. I Am Not an Easy Man.
I thought you vetted these
I
articles
did.
a little bit.
Hey, these have been good movies. That's why I wanted to talk about the list. But this one, I don't know. I'm going to skip it. Number 5.
What was that one called?
I Am Not an Easy Man. We're just not even going to talk about it.
I don't know that. Yeah.
Number 5. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What? I mean, that's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It is a classic movie.
It's a fun date night movie.
Do you think of that as a date night movie?
No, not at all. But, I mean, if you were
a 1982 child falling in love with a 16 Candles type girl?
Yeah. Yes. John Hughes, man. He's the best.
He's very good, but it doesn't...
I could see a date night being like a John Hughes movie marathon. Like a date day.
I agree. I just don't think it translates to today's day and age. I don't think that translates to today's...
It certainly wouldn't be my John Hughes pick. If I had to pick a date night movie from John Hughes, I would probably pick The Breakfast Club or 16 Candles.
Do you think the hipster generation has reached the point where they're picking John Hughes movies for date night stuff?
I think that a date night of a John Hughes movie marathon would be a good choice. Not Ferris Bueller's Day Off, though.
Yeah.
But it could be included in the marathon as one of the best John Hughes movies.
I would go with that. I'll go with that point. But I don't think...
It's a little interesting. It's fun. It's kind of retro. Like, I could see it working. For younger people. Like, don't do that when you're in your 30s. Like, you can't.
Boom, boom.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you don't pick Uncle Buck as part of that John Hughes marathon...
You better pick Uncle Buck. That's one of my favorite
here.
John Candy movies.
Look at the size of the toast. You couldn't even get it through the door.
Except for my other favorite, my absolute favorite John Candy film is not one that you would think.
Delirious.
No. It's Who is Harry Crumb?
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Gosh.
Is that a John Hughes movie?
I don't think it's John Hughes. I just think it's just a John Candy movie. But it is one of my favorites. It's so ridiculous. Oh, actually, it's probably not my favorite. It's my second favorite. my favorite is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
That's a good one right there.
That's one of the greatest movies ever created, ever in the world.
I agree. I would agree with that.
It really is.
It's such a good movie.
They filmed a lot of it over in Braidwood.
It's almost as good as The Jerk. It's a good one too.
The Jerk is phenomenal. Yeah, I had to put that together.
Not as good as Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
No.
Okay, number 4, I think. The Invitation.
7, I think. Around 7. The Invitation. What's that even about? Never heard of it. Tell me who's in it. What's the cast? When was it made? Who's the director?
It's a thriller. It's like a thriller movie. It probably would be something good.
Thrillers are kind of a good movie to have.
Yeah, it's this guy and her ex-wife and her new husband. Okay. Will and his girlfriend are invited by his ex-wife and husband to a dinner party to reunite with old friends and introduce new ones. However, Will cannot shake the feeling that something is terribly wrong with this get-together, causing tensions to rise,
watching him.
old wounds to rip open, and the viewer to wonder, is this guy crazy or is everyone in danger? The truth will shock you. I kind of want to see it now.
Yeah.
I kind of want to see The Invitation.
It right now.
Yeah, let's watch it live on air.
On air, we're going to start this movie, and we all invite you to watch it.
All right,
us.
number 2.
3.
2.
Didn't you just do 4?
I'm telling you, this is 2, dude.
All right, well, then you were wrong with the 4.
Oh, what a fucking terrible list. All right, number 2, The Spectacular Now.
What is that?
Teen romance often sees the lovable social outcast vying for affection of the popular girl who does not initially seem to love him back. Instead, we have an unlikable social wizard convinced he is not worthy of being loved by the unpopular girl who only wants him to love her back. I don't know. But it's written by the guy who wrote 500 Days of Summer, which is a good movie.
Oh, I thought that would be on here.
Yeah.
I was hoping it would be on here because I do love that movie. I really do.
Number 1, it's going to make you angry, Jerry.
What is it?
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
No, it isn't. Are you
I swear to God.
serious?
Listen to this guy. I cannot think of a more pleasant thing to share with your significant other than a film or series that gave you some of the most joyous childhood memories in front of a screen. It's even better when you can bond over a property that you both grew up with.
Okay.
That's bad. That was a bad list, Jerry.
That was a really bad list, Chris. That was unbelievable. I have a little bit of a list.
Oh, what's your list?
Same thing. It's perfect date night or Netflix and chill movies.
Okay, I hope your list is better than mine. Although the reason I didn't obviously read to the bottom of the list, but I saw like Chasing Amy and I saw some of the other movies on there. I'm like, yeah, okay.
This has 23 options on it, so we may have to go kind of fast. The very first one is 5 Feet Apart.
Skip ones you don't know.
It says for the couple who love a good cry.
Just skip ones you don't know. I don't want to talk about them.
Do couples really love a good cry?
No.
Number 3 is A Star Is Born. I would agree with that.
Never saw it.
You never saw it with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga?
I wanted to see it, but I never saw it.
I love it. Here's a bit of a guilty pleasure of mine, Chris. I love Lady Gaga.
Oh, I like Lady Gaga.
I listen to her in the truck
I
all the
liked her
time.
when she wore that meat dress. Meat dress.
I sing her songs out loud in the truck.
I don't know if I know any of her songs. What's like one of her famous songs?
Sounds like you're a real big fan then.
What's one of her famous songs?
Well, Poker Face is like the first one.
Oh, yeah. I hate that song.
But I listened to, so the newest album that she had come out, what was it called? Jolene.
Like Jolene. It
might not have been that.
I'm begging for you, please don't take my man.
No, it might not have been called that. But it's...
Don't think it was called that, Jerry.
It's something close
That's like a Dolly Parton song.
I know that. I didn't say it was a song of hers. I just said it was the album name.
Okay.
But she has one song on there called A Million Reasons. It's really good. There's another song on there called John Wayne. Really good. There's another song on there called... It was Perfect Solution, Perfect
Space
Love.
Dust.
That was good. But the soundtrack to A Star Is Born, holy smokes, is it good?
I've heard
She
the
wrote all of
song. I
them.
mean, obviously.
There's like 5 songs on there that are phenomenal. And the movie itself, really good. Amy hates the ending. I did not necessarily care for the ending, but I understand it. Amy's just not one for a tragedy, you know? I think that is a good
Spoilers.
date. I think that is a good date night movie,
Thanks
though.
a lot, Dick.
I think it's really good. You should watch it.
Okay. What else you got?
That's an old movie too. It's like from the 60s. There are so many of these movies I've never heard of. It's crazy. They have at number 7 up to 23, Thor Ragnarok.
That's a fun movie.
I think that would be really fun.
That's a good date night movie because it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's funny. It's exciting. It's adventurous.
And honestly, it could be a first date, a third date,
yeah,
any
any of the
year
Guardians
marriage.
of the Galaxy ones too, I'd throw in there. That's probably a good one too.
I would too. That one, Murder on the Orient Express.
I never saw that. That
nobody
had Johnny
wants-
Depp in it, right?
Nobody wants to see it.
No.
It did, yeah. This one, I don't know. It's called Logan Lucky. I talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
No, not
I
interested.
love Adam Driver.
Yeah, I do too.
This is kind of a fun movie, though. It's goofy. You don't have to take any of it seriously, but it's a good like heist movie,
Yeah.
to be honest. And Adam Driver's hilarious and really good in it because he's missing an arm and he's got this prosthetic, and it's pretty fun. When I look back on it, I remember watching it, and it was last winter than when I watched it, and I was like, it's fine, whatever. But now looking back, it's good.
So, what do you think the best genre of date movies would be?
I mean, romantic comedy, I think, would
That's
probably
kind
be
of classic, but don't you think it's kind of more now? It's more horror,
for date
thriller,
night.
horror type thing. I mean, not for me. I'm not a huge horror guy, but I feel like that's a big time.
I guess
Like
so,
date,
but
that's classically been a date night thing too, right? People took
to scary
dates
movies.
to scary movies.
Yeah.
That's the thing,
yeah,
right?
You're right.
Get
Amy
the
and
jump
I,
scare,
Amy and I used to go.
the boob grab jump scare,
Yeah, Amy and I used to.
That's
I still do that.
assault.
I still do that to my
'Cause you're
wife,
part of the patriarchy.
but it's my wife. She knows it's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't like horror movies though. I can't tell you the last horror movie I've seen.
Honestly, I cannot either.
I've been trying to watch Get Out for like 5 years, and I know it's not that scary, and I just can't do it. I can't.
It's such a good movie.
No, I know.
I've never seen it, but I've heard.
I don't. It's not that they don't scare me. I just don't enjoy the feeling of unease.
Of fright.
Not fright, just
Of
the unease.
But don't you get that from some thrillers?
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you like those movies, right?
Not especially. No, not all that much.
I like thrillers. I more so than I like horror movies.
I only like thrillers if they're in Manilers.
You've got a ton of terrible jokes. I think thrillers give me a different feeling than horror movies do. Horror movies, especially if they're like trying to be visually shocking, are not. I don't like them.
Gory, visually shocking movies. I don't find that frightening. I'm not interested.
Yeah. But a thriller, I think, is different. It could be a really good mystery, like murder mystery, or
I don't mind a good
like
murder mystery.
I know, and that's can be a thriller. And then there are like detective movies that, like True Detective on Netflix or on
Love it.
HBO. That was
First season anyway.
Yeah, the first season was a thriller.
Yeah, and there was a lot of unease there, but it didn't bother me.
No.
So I guess I don't mind the unease. I just don't like I don't know. I just don't like them.
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
what
either.
happened
I
was
agree with you.
I didn't mind the older horror movies from like the 80s and 90s. I like those. Like The Shining and Pet Sematary and Evil Dead. And I don't know, although I wouldn't really consider that
No,
horror. But
I wouldn't either. But
I didn't mind any of those movies.
Freddy Krueger stuff?
Chainsaw
Nightmare
Massacre.
on Elm Street.
I liked all those movies.
Jason, Friday
Yeah.
the 13th.
I never liked any of the Friday the 13th ones.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist I liked, but I didn't like really any Freddy or not. No, I liked the Freddy movies because they're fun.
Yeah, they really are.
But the Jason movies I never liked, and the Halloween movies I never liked.
See, now I liked Halloween. I liked the original Halloween, And the remake that Rob Zombie did, pretty good.
I didn't see that one.
It was pretty good. I kind of enjoyed it.
I've seen some other Rob Zombie movies that I liked.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, that one's good. That's a good movie.
The better one is Devil's Rejects.
That's a good.
The Devil's Rejects is way better than House of a Thousand Corpses.
You know, I don't know if I've seen the Devil's Rejects.
And he actually just
I
had
get confused by the one with The Hills Have Eyes. I don't like that movie.
No, I don't like Hills Have Eyes. But Devil's Rejects is really good. His wife is one of the main characters in it. And then he just had a recent one come out called The Three from Hell. And it's about the same three characters from House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and then this one. Apparently it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I should probably watch it because I have seen the other two. He had another one come out called Lords of Salem, and that was widely frowned upon.
I never saw that one. So anyway, once it started going like the Saw direction and like The Ring, I don't like any of that stuff.
So
I don't like any of that stuff.
And that's when Amy and I started watching more horror stuff. Like The Ring came out. I think we had watched it, but I don't think we watched it together. But then we had went and saw some of the Saw movies, and then we went and saw The Grudge. I remember.
No interest in that.
After seeing them, I also lost all interest in seeing them again. They're just not good.
Exactly. That's my thing. They're not good. So you sit and you have to have that stupid feeling in the pit of your stomach occasionally to watch a movie, and then at the end, there's no payoff.
There's no
and
satisfaction in it whatsoever.
You know, that's what, okay, a thriller, you might have the queasy, like uneasy feeling.
But you get a payoff
of
something being done. Like you either catch the guy or the guy gets away and you find out who he is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or she, whatever.
I mean, there's nothing worse.
There's something that happens.
Than a bad thriller where you don't feel a satisfying payoff from all the anxiety. I have enough anxiety in my life. If I need to feel anxiety in a movie, it better
think
pay
about
off.
things I have to do on Monday.
No, it's fine. I don't mind the anxiety of a movie, but it better pay off.
Yeah.
Like Jack Ryan has there's a lot of anxiety
because
through
it's building up the story of like
and I feel like it pays off really well and to a satisfying conclusion.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, that really took me on an emotional roller coaster. Cool with that. Mm-hmm. Or not necessarily emotional, but it takes you on a bit of a...
It's intense.
It's intense.
Yeah.
That's fine. I like that.
And you have buy-in on the characters because they've built up the characters. They've built up the story. You understand like what is at stake.
See, a good horror movie does that. Like a good horror movie, even if they have a small amount of time, will give you some...
There has to be a buy-in.
There has to be some character development in it.
You have to be bought into somebody, something.
Or it's got to be fun and funny.
It can't just... Like The Grudge. What a terrible movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them that came out in that time frame
movie.
That are just
and
terrible.
they all did. They were pumping those movies out all the time.
Now, there's a lot of new ones that people like. They love that Conjuring series. People love that series. I've never seen it. I don't
even want it. It's not even appealing to me at all anymore. And it isn't. Amy's in the same boat. She doesn't care at all. And we used to go to them, and I don't know why. Next movie that came up on number 12. I don't know. I don't think you really care for this movie all that much, but it's called Moonrise Kingdom by our good friend, what's his name? Wes Anderson.
Listen, I love Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, but I still liked it.
I liked it.
There's no freaking way in hell I'd ever bring a date
to a Wes Anderson movie.
That is a recipe for you going home alone.
Yes. 100.
Unless your date is a nerd.
Yeah, unless they know about Wes Anderson.
Screwed. Not literally, figuratively.
Right. I'm trying to think of if there is one Wes Anderson movie I would let a date watch.
Let a date watch? Because you got to control everything because you're a part of the patriarchy.
Yes.
Women can make their own decisions, Jerry.
If she's in charge of the date, then she would be picking these movies, and I don't think she would be picking Moonrise Kingdom. If I was the one that was picking the movie during this date, I would try to think of a Wes Anderson movie that she would like to watch, and I don't think any of them are ringing a bell. I really like Fantastic Mr. Fox, and I think people can enjoy that, but it's still a Wes Anderson movie, and it's of the same
That's
mindset.
way too risky. Let me ask you this. What would your wife pick for you to watch on a date night movie? First of all, when you have three, I want everybody to know this. When you have three children, there's no date night. Like there's no date nights.
No.
And when you have a night, you don't call it date night.
No,
some people do.
It's like alone time.
It drives me crazy.
It's like we finally got some alone time.
When people are like, we got a date night, and I'm like, stop it.
To actually speak to each other without interruption, or like to finish a conversation. That's the biggest thing for us.
Yeah.
We cannot finish any conversations.
It's impossible. A conversation that should take 15 seconds takes 45 minutes until you're just infuriated.
With 4 yelling spurts in the middle of it. Like, can you please stop right now?
I'm glad that you experienced the same exact thing as I do, because it's gotten to the point where it's just almost ridiculous.
Just tonight, I told
you
they
can't
were like screaming.
You can't relay one story to a human being without constant interruption.
Yeah, and Grant came up to me tonight, and he's normally not the one interrupting. He comes up and he constantly said, "Dad, hey Dad, hey Dad, Dad." He's tapping me, Dad. I'm like, while I'm speaking. And I finally had to stop. It was so infuriating. I stopped and I looked down. I said, "Grant, you can clearly see I'm talking to Mom, right?" "Yeah, but," I don't even remember what he told me.
Something really stupid.
It didn't matter. It mattered to nothing we were doing.
Not even to him.
Exactly. And he just smiled and I was like, "Really? This is what you needed, bud?" And then he walked away. He didn't need anything. And then I didn't know where I was at in the story or what I was talking to Amy about. And then I get frustrated. I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. Whatever. We'll figure it out. And that's how most of our conversations end. It's so infuriating.
Yeah. And that probably, yeah. So if she had to pick a movie.
If she had to pick a movie.
What would it be? For you both to watch. Clearly you picked Knives Out the other night, but.
I did. I picked it out.
What would she pick?
But I had her watch the trailer, and she's like, "Yeah, that looks interesting." So we watched it, and she very much enjoyed it. I don't know. She's really into The Queen on Netflix, all that.
Never heard of it.
Well, it's about Queen Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. Got Queen Elizabeth.
She's into that era of stuff.
Okay, so Victorian, Elizabethan.
Yep.
Royalty. She likes royalty.
Loves that stuff.
Interesting. So she'd like Downton Abbey.
Probably if she had ever watched it, I guess. But I don't know if she ever will. I don't know. Something like that. I'm trying to think. I really don't know.
So The King's Speech, she'd like that.
She probably would.
It's a great movie. It's such a good movie.
We had watched the next one that's up is The Big Short. We had watched that together. She really enjoyed that.
That's pretty good.
And that's a pretty good movie.
If Marley,
any of those type of movies, I think would be fine for a date night movie because
they're light.
Yeah, and there's a point to it.
Yeah. If Marley had to pick a movie for date night, it would be the WGN Morning News.
What?
Because that's the only thing she watches. She doesn't watch movies.
WGN though? Why?
Yeah. Or World News Tonight with David Muir.
David Muir. That's funny. They have The Shining on here at number 20.
It's great. That's a good one.
As a date night movie, It's too long and drawn out.
That's a good one, man. No, that's tension.
The date will fall asleep.
Real tension, real drama.
I like the movie, but the date will fall asleep.
Stephen King famously hated that movie.
Yeah, because it's not really his book.
No, not really, but it's really good, though.
At number 2.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Now, that's a good one.
That is a good one. I would agree that would be a good movie to watch. That number 2 they have on this, guess.
Number 2 on the list?
Mm-hmm. You had it in yours.
I had it in mine?
Mm-hmm. You did. And you're like, well, I don't even want to give you the hint because you'll get it right away. Netflix
Charlie
produced.
and the Chocolate Factory.
No.
Always Be My Maybe?
Yes.
Is that movie that good?
I don't know. It must be. It's taking the world by storm.
'Cause you'll always be my baby.
So,
Doo-doo-doop,
Sasha, I'm just going to read you the rundown, the synopsis of this. Sasha is a celebrity chef with a bad boyfriend. Marcus is her childhood friend and maybe the guy she should be with. If it took you and your significant other a little while to figure out you're great together, this movie is for you.
It didn't take me and Marley long.
No. It didn't. Honestly, it didn't really take Amy and I long
It did
either.
take you a little while.
Amy and I never dated at all.
Yeah,
So,
but you knew each other well.
yeah, we went to kindergarten together. So, yeah, we've known each other forever.
So it took you a while. You were friends.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
You were in the same class growing up. You all went through all of your school together. And you didn't start dating till after high school was over.
I dated her in 5th grade.
So there's
She
even
got
more
me
proof.
a life-size Jeff Gordon poster
Yeah, you've told me that.
in 5th grade. It was pretty amazing. I still have it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Really? You don't?
No, I don't have that.
Jeff Gordon's awesome.
No, I got so mad. I think I destroyed it when she broke up with me.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, it did take a while.
So this is literally the story of your life.
It is, because then, so I kissed Amy right before a deployment.
I don't
which
need to hear about this.
I'm going to tell you.
These tawdry details.
And then I left. I didn't want a girlfriend. Then I left. Came back 18 months later, and we got engaged a month after I got home.
That's crazy.
We never once went out on a date, like an actual date, or had a dating period.
Before your engagement, you never went on a date?
When we got home, I guess, but we weren't necessarily an actual item or a boyfriend girlfriend at the time, because I had never been home. We continued to talk all the time
That's crazy.
until I came home, which I got home in beginning of October 2007, and then November of 2007 we got engaged.
Wow, that's really quick.
Yes, it was.
That's surprising.
10 years later, still going strong. Almost 11 years later, still going strong.
Man,
Pretty interesting.
I mean, I was in a very similar situation.
Yeah, just many years behind.
Yeah.
Because I'm
With Marley.
a little more advanced.
I mean, we were dating like 2 months before she got pregnant. So
Is that all? I thought it was longer than that.
3 months, maybe.
I guess that was the last one. They'll always be my maybe.
But then we didn't get engaged till like a year later.
Cash is going to ask about that.
I don't care. Whatever. It's 2020, man.
I know.
I don't live and die by your old world standards while you wear your suit and tie to work in your little office and you sell widgets to the widget factory. My name is Jerry. Look at my suit and tie.
I don't wear
got
suits
it from
and ties.
J.C. Penney's.
I wish I did.
Would you like to buy my widget? Let me get my briefcase out.
What's a widget?
Put it on the thing. Oh, me, open my briefcase. Mister. I got all kinds of widgets for you. I got blue widgets. I got purple widgets.
What are widgets? I thought those were a thing on a cell phone.
What do you mean, what are widgets? Widget's like the generic name for an item.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. That's like a known thing.
Nobody knows this.
Everybody knows this, Jerry.
I want to hear if people know that widgets are known as...
Yeah, they're like generic products. Like the widget factory is like, it's just like a... It's like a stand-in name for like just a generic product, a widget.
I don't think so.
Everybody knows this in the world except for you, Jerry.
I don't think anyone knows this.
Every single person.
I'll say a solid handful of people will be like,
Look up widget.
I know.
Are you joking me? It's like a thing.
I mean, I believe you it's a thing. I just don't think it's as common as what you're...
It's very common. It's super common, Jerry.
Use widgets on your iPhone, iPad, or iPod
Look
Touch.
up widget in the
15
dictionary.
best Android widgets.
A small gadget or mechanical device, especially one whose name is unknown or unspecified.
Widget on Wikipedia.
An application.
Widget, a placeholder, name for an abstract unit of production, such as manufactured device or other product.
Just exactly what I said.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
Anyway.
I've heard of a widget as like it says a control element in a graphical user interface. That's what I've heard of a widget.
Yeah.
Like an app.
Or Gidget.
Gidget is one of the best known characters in human history.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you saying that?
I made it up. She's a character that was played by... it's a fictional character played by... What was her name?
Dude,
Where's it at?
Gidget was the female mouse in Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers. Chip and Dale.
No, that was Gadget.
Rescue Ranch. Chip and Dale. Tennis Strands. You're right. It was Gadget, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was that her name? Was it Gidget or Gadget?
Gadget.
It was Gadget. You're right. Gadget Hack Wrench.
Gidget was a TV show in 1959, or it was a movie.
Chip and Dale. Rescue Ranch. Chip and Dale.
I wish you knew anything. I wish you knew.
You know
anything.
it never fails.
Sandra Dee.
What about Sandra Dee?
She played Gidget in the movie Gidget.
I saw the Gidget thing. It's just not important to me.
You're the one who brought the whole thing up.
No, I didn't bring anything
I proved
up.
you wrong on widgets, gidgets, gadgets galore.
Okay, well, anyway.
That's all I got. I don't know what else you got.
Have you been watching anything interesting? I've been watching Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Have you been watching Curb?
That's great.
I've been watching a lot of MasterChef and Hell's Kitchen. I got in a Gordon Ramsay kick.
I just watched I think it was the season finale of 24 Hours to Hell and Back.
See, I just can't get into that one.
It's
Chris,
good.
I can't
Come
get
on.
into it.
It's great. It's good. It's fine.
It's okay. It's no Kitchen Nightmares. It's no MasterChef. It's no...
I've never seen MasterChef.
Oh, you're missing
I don't even
out.
know what it is. What is it?
A whole cooking competition that Gordon Ramsay puts on Fox. And he's got 3 other chefs up there with him.
Are they like real chefs or are they
absolutely,
like
they're home
amateurs?
Cooks. They're amateur home
That's
cooks.
what I don't need. I don't need to see no home cooks try and be professionals. I want to see professionals fight professionals.
Well, then you need to watch Top Chef on Bravo.
No, I don't like Top Chef.
It's the best cooking show on TV.
No, I don't like Top Chef.
You're an idiot.
No. I
What
like
do you-
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen is good.
They're chefs.
Yeah, I just finished season 17. It was an all-star season. It's very good.
What if there was a Top Chef video game? Would you play that game?
I would try to, but I just don't know how you'd put that together to be able to cook on a video game. It would have to be virtual reality.
That'd be awesome.
It really would. It'd have to be...
Oh, that's what I want to talk about. There's this place. Unfortunately, there's not one in Chicago yet, but I think there will be soon. It's called The Void. And they are places you go to do virtual reality games. They have one in LA at Disneyland, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a bunch of them around the U.S. Like there's one at Mall of America. There's one in New York City, Times Square, I think. Anyway, they have a Star Wars one and a Marvel one right now. And you go but with a group of people, kind of like an escape room, but you all are in the virtual reality world playing this game all together. This
Really?
like Star Wars game. And the place is called The Void. And it's like all I ever wanted. Like I want to do it right now.
This
I want
is
to
all I ever want
fly
to do.
to California to play this Star Wars game.
Tonight.
Let's go right now.
Let's not go to C2E2 tomorrow. And
I'm
we're
in.
just gonna.
I'll go.
We're flying just to Disneyland to play this Void
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Let's go right now.
Let's do it.
No families. My wife's at home with the flu. She probably won't be super happy, but
No, she wouldn't be at all. And my wife, I have to watch my children in the morning so my wife can at least go to work.
no, you don't have to. I mean, they'll fend for themselves. There are children out there that have been raised by wolves.
Wolves,
They have a house
badgers, even.
and food in it. Like they're way better off than the children raised by wolves.
I do believe it's called a den.
But they're
If you were raised by wolves, you live in a den.
okay. But think about the head up that your kids have living in a house with food stocked in it.
Oh, you're saying my kids live in a house? Yeah, they do. Don't
So, like, they're so much better off than the wolf kids.
they? That's true. And there's food in there, like lots of food that they can just eat.
If you left your, like, I'm not saying you would do this, but like,
No, I probably won't. I don't
if
think.
you just left, you and Amy both, you just left. Like,
So, we told Grady
do you think your children would be able to survive?
Yeah, I mean Grady's old enough to where he would get it to where
He would take charge, like figure shit out.
It would take him a little bit. It would
Like
take him a
how
little
much?
bit. But
Like 2 days?
He would be
like a month.
terrified, but I think they would eat just fine.
You think they would eat
Yeah.
even Graham?
Yes, he would get Graham food.
But would
Graham can go
get his own food?
Absolutely. He can get things now. Like, he can get his own food now. But, I mean, he can't cook anything,
Can he
obviously.
open a package?
Grady can cook an egg.
Like right now, if I gave Jet food, like
Yeah.
he would never get it open.
Oh, yeah. Graham can get it open. Graham's older than Jet, though,
I know,
by a
he's
full year.
Year older.
Makes
I
a
don't know.
difference.
I'm just saying, like, how long? Like, how long would they survive?
I don't know the length of time that they would survive, but I think they could survive long enough to be found.
Listen, all I'm trying to get at here is I don't think we give children enough credit or responsibility.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think it's not credit. I just don't think they have the responsibility in our world to have to survive that way. They are so taken care of that there is no reason for them to learn anything. Like, actually, I saw a picture today on Reddit of
like Grady's 7.
an Afghanistan
Like
boy.
100 years ago, 7-year-olds were like running the coal mills.
I mean, really, they were doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. I don't know if they were running coal mills, but but I saw a picture today on Reddit of a boy in Afghanistan. That it was a 4-year-old boy in Afghanistan walking down the street that they took a picture of. Real cute picture of him. He was smiling and he was holding this like bowl, and it said 4-year-old Afghanistan boy happy after buying yogurt. So he had was walking to a market, bought some yogurt from somebody, and was walking back home with it. And he was 4. I was like, you're never going to catch a 4-year-old doing anything.
No, it's illegal. You get arrested.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, they can't do
There
anything.
was a thing not that long ago about I think it was also no, it was in Africa. Like the shepherds, the shepherds are all like they're like 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds.
Really?
4, 5, 6-year-olds shepherd the sheep or whatever they got
Their flock
to the watering hole and back, but they give them big sticks.
Yeah.
And they went up to these kids and they're like, "What are the sticks for?" And they're like, "For the lions, fighting off the lions." Like a 6-year-old with a stick is fighting off lions from goats
Or sheep. Yeah.
That's happening
Isn't
in
that
this
unbelievable?
world. And
They're
like our
fighting
kid,
off
and it's
animals
illegal in Illinois to leave under 14-year-old unattended
Yeah.
for more than a couple hours.
Yes. I think at 8 years old or 7 or 8 years old, you can leave them alone legally for 10 minutes.
That's insane. Because if they were in Africa, they'd be leading buffalo to watering holes and fighting off lions. With sticks.
Yes, riding hyenas.
And being completely fine.
Yep. Living
Some of them probably get picked off.
I mean, I bet you there is the case because a 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old child is not much bigger than a goat or sheep.
Yeah, but
they're probably smaller. And a lion?
Lions aren't dumb. They don't want to attack people.
Why not?
I mean, if they got a taste for blood.
Or if they're coming in trying to steal a lamb and you're hitting them with a stick, they're going to protect themselves and they're going to murder you.
Most likely they're not going to go around you.
Murder.
They're going to pick up some guy from the stragglers.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to run right in and they're going to grab you by the throat with their mouth and kill you.
Anyway.
They will murder. That's what they're murder cats.
Murder cats.
That's what they're genus.
Cats. Oh, I had an idea for a comic the other day.
Was it murder cats?
No, but it made me think of my idea for the comic, which I almost forgot about.
Copyright Snarf Comics.
Copyright. After we finish our comic that we're never going to finish, apparently.
Sometime.
Jesus Christ.
It's your fault.
It's an embarrassment.
It's your fault.
It is.
It's 100% your fault.
I had this idea as I was in the car wash.
The one over by Walmart?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
so
I don't
good.
know the details of it at all. But imagine a world in which you drive into a car wash. You go through that type of car wash with all the things so you can't see what's going on.
Into a new world.
Yes. And you come out a different
I get it.
world, a different time.
I think that just happened to me the other day.
And it's a portal, though. But you can keep going back.
So, but can you ever get back
Yeah.
to the original time?
Yeah, anytime you go through the car wash, it's like a portal,
It's just a loop.
a fixed portal to a certain place, certain time.
That's interesting.
And so you do what you want to do.
So it's like the Stephen King novel,
Stop it.
1967, where
Stop
he goes
it.
through the closet. and it's
1970 something, 60
Six.
something.
63.
Okay, we'll have to change it up a little from that.
But this is a car wash.
It's
get
a
it.
car wash.
Do they have car washes is it in the future? Like, do you go to the future?
No.
Or are you going back to like the 70s?
You got to go to the past.
Can you pick on your selection of what type of car wash you want? Does that change where you go?
Absolutely. Yeah, whether you get yes,
Like
that
the
changes
Canuba, if you get the Canuba wax,
Canuba.
you're going to go into
Carnuba.
whatever it's called. Is it Carnuba?
Carnuba, yeah.
No, it's Canuba.
Carnuba.
There's no R.
It's Carnuba.
It makes sense when you say it slow like that. Carnuba. I don't know what the "ba" is, but Carnu.
Carnauba. Carnuba wax.
Oh. Not Canaba?
It's a vegetable wax obtained from the leaves of Brazilian palm trees.
Okay.
Anyway.
No, that's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know the details, like where they're going,
Who they are.
or maybe they can't come back. Maybe they can come back. I don't know.
What kind of trouble do they get in?
Yeah, because the car wash situation would likely be different.
And you wouldn't be able to go to like a dinosaur era. Because dinosaurs didn't have car washes.
No car washes back then. No, it would have to be the establishment would have to still be there.
Right. But you could go to any country.
You go back to the 80s.
In Ireland.
Yeah. No.
Why not? They have car washes.
It has to be the same car wash. Doesn't it? Not necessarily, I guess.
No. Why would it have to?
Could be any car wash.
You just
What if-
always come
what
back
if
to a
it's a
fixed
different-
point.
Car wash every time? Different place?
I don't know.
Car
We're gonna have to
wash, go
figure that
back
out.
80s, buy cocaine. Go back current time, sell cocaine. Go back 80s, buy cocaine.
Why would you do that?
Like my cocaine.
I was just... you beat me to it. I was going to say, what does Michael Caine have to do with any of this?
I'm just thinking of ideas, just spitballing here.
Just 8-balling a little bit.
Get
it? That was a cocaine
Knights
joke.
of the Round Table. You could go back to medieval times.
The Knights of Ren?
I mean,
Star Wars? Do they have car washes or some sort of a vehicle wash?
you know what? I've never seen it in the Star Wars universe, but guaranteed there's a lot of ship washes.
There has to be.
Things burn up though when you're going through the atmosphere.
And they don't really get dirty when there's no air. But
There's air on the planets.
yeah, on the planets there is. And you can land in mud. But yeah, it would burn up going through the atmosphere. So who cares?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know what kind of atmospheres they got in a galaxy
Far, far away?
far away a long time ago.
Oh, that's true. Me either.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's something to ponder on while we move towards
death.
our inevitable demise.
Every day just closer and closer to being dead.
All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this little jaunt through inequity.
Yes. It was good fun. I think it was a good fun.
Make sure
for
you
all.
check out. Make sure you fill out your brackets for Snarf
Yeah,
Comics.
get the brackets done.
snarfcomics.com/madness or snarfcomics.com. Click Snarf Madness in the top link.
This is it, the last week.
Fill out your PDF bracket and download a scanner app and email it back to us, info@snarfcomics.com. Also check out patreon.com/snarfcomics where you can subscribe and get extra bonus podcast material, plus some stickers and all kinds of other goodies. But most importantly, you just help support the show,
Yeah,
which is free. So
absolutely. Free to you,
free to you. You can just pledge $1 a month is the minimum.
and we would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
That's only $12 a year.
Right. It's literally nothing.
It's less
Then
than
I stop at a gas station.
yeah. A pack of cigarettes costs $10 now in Illinois.
Holy crap. That's too expensive.
I
to
mean,
smoke.
unless you buy like
Pall Mall.
M&M's, Pall Malls. Yeah, they're like still like $8 though.
Yeah, either way, it's really expensive. So don't smoke.
No.
Be a patron.
Be a patron and help us out.
Yep.
For Snarf Comics this week, I've been Chris.
I am Jerry.
See you.
Bye.